To the top, here I go, think I'm chosen to be the king of rock, think the people have spoken. I can hear the tick-tock of the clock, I'm in motion. So now I'm gonna pop, causing all this commotion. Yeah.
So at the time I'm recording this video, it's getting close to 11 o'clock here on May 15th of 2021. And I just finished recording a video concerning the passing of New Jack. And even before the passing of New Jack, it got me, this time of the year gets me thinking about some things. And one thing I was thinking about here recently is how much I would love it if Peacock would finally get Saturday night's main event uploaded. And it's kind of a personal reason that I would love to see them get those uploaded. I really enjoyed Saturday night's main event back in the day because obviously we didn't have a Monday Night Raw. My family didn't have cable, so I didn't get to see primetime wrestling. So occasionally some of the syndicated shows like Superstars or Wrestling Challenge would have, at least one good star versus star match on there. But Saturday night's main event was always fun because you had 4 to 5 good matches between guys that were stars for the most part. For me, the wrestling isn't just what brings back the memories for me. Some of you, probably don't know this about me, is I was adopted by my family, and it was actually my older brother that got me started watching professional wrestling. And my parents weren't the biggest fans in the world, but my dad, for some reason, even though I know he wasn't the world's biggest fan, would actually stay up and watch Saturday night's main event with me. At the time when Saturday night's main event started, I was like 9 years old, 8, 9 years old, something like that. The first time I ever watched it. And the first one I ever saw, featured Hulk Hogan defending the championship against Nikolai Volkov. You had Andre the Giant and Mr. USA Tony Atlas against King Kong Bundy and Big John Studd. And it was just, there was other good matches. Roddy Piper versus Paul Orndorff, part of the fallout from the first WrestleMania. And it meant a lot to me looking back that my dad stayed up and watched that with me, even though he wasn't a big fan. And plus, we had to get up early for church the next morning, too, because my dad was the superintendent of the Sunday school. So he had to run Sunday school as well as do a Sunday school class. And, for me, it was great memories. And I want to see Peacock, get those uploaded. And I would also love it if Peacock had loaded up with the original Saturday night's main event music opening that they had. It was Obsession. And for the life of me right now, I cannot think of the name of who did Obsession. Feel free to ridicule me on that because I quite frankly deserve it. I mean, a product of the 80s. But, yeah, I remember my dad staying up watching. There were times he would actually get a kick out of some of the stuff that was on there. And I know, like I said, he wasn't the world's biggest wrestling fan, but it still meant a lot to me looking back that he stayed up with me and watched it, being a good parent. He was, I think, keeping an eye on me on what I was watching, making sure it was appropriate. And I loved my dad to death. I don't think he would have been able to stop me from finding a way of watching it. I would have snuck around like a brat and found a way. But, some of you that know me very well know that on May 16th, 3 years ago, 2018, I unfortunately did lose my dad. And it wasn't something that was unexpected. He passed away exactly 2 months before his 87th birthday. He had not been well. I mentioned in my New Jack video that I have a 10-year-old stepson that, I couldn't love anymore if he was my actual biological son. He is, one of the biggest parts of my world. And my dad got to be a grandfather to him, for around 3 to 4 years. And I mentioned I've got 3-year-old twin girls as well, and they unfortunately were only about 8 weeks old when Dad passed. And again, it wasn't something that was unexpected, but you know, it was hard for him to not. It's hard to know that he was not going to be around to watch them get older, and you know, I think he held on like he did because he wanted to see them and know that they were going to be just fine, and that was great. And I you know, try to do things now with my kids. I know I don't let them watch wrestling. Carter has watched it before with me. He's not into it, and that's just fine. It's not for everybody. My girls have really not watched it because, you know, I kind of fall in line with my wife on right now is not the time for them to watch. She's not a big fan of it. Again, personal preference. When they get older, if they choose to want to watch it with me and I'm able to sit and talk with them like my parents and my brother did with me, and to say, hey, you know, these are trained professionals. They know what they're doing. They're trying not to hurt each other. You know, some guys, they do like to really hit each other. Ask Greg Valentine and Tito Santana. And, you know, get them to that age where Daddy will be able to, you know, teach them a little bit about what it is they're watching, how it's no different in a lot of ways than watching a sitcom or an action movie or, you know, something like that. But I just wanted to share that little part of me with all you, so you can get a little insight on me. And, you know, I miss my dad very much. You know, it was around 2 o'clock in the morning. I had gotten the call from my mom, let me know that he had eventually passed. And I like to always acknowledge, you know, the anniversary of his passing and remember what a great dad he was to me and hope that I can be the same. And also do what I've had to do quite a bit lately with the girls especially, and that is watch stuff that it's like, gosh, I don't like this, but he did that with me when it came to wrestling, and I thank him very much for that. And I just want to give one piece of advice to all of you dads, or even you moms out there. Appreciate, as I turn my lights back on again, as happened during the New Jack video, and you want to know why I'm recording my truck, watch that video. Appreciate having your parents, if you still have them. And if you're a young person and you really haven't taken the time to talk to your parents and learn a bit more about what they went through in their lives, I can tell you there's a lot of great stories they could probably tell you. And I always encouraged my son to talk to my dad and sometime maybe ask him about his life and some of the things he saw. Because, you know, my dad lived a good long life. He saw a lot. He was born in 1931, so you know he saw a lot. And I still encourage my son to ask my mom things and talk to her and learn from her while she's still here. You know, and even at my age, I'm going to be 45 this year, I still could learn a lot from the older generation. So if you still got somebody from that older generation around, talk to them, listen to them, learn from them. Something that I think today's young generation of wrestlers, and in a lot of cases, the freaking writers, especially in WWE, need to do. Check out that older generation. Not everything was great. Not everything was perfect. But a lot of it was a whole lot damn better than some of the stuff you see now. And that includes AEW. Trust me. I am very old school, and I know what I kind of like to think I know what I'm talking about. Anyways, thanks for listening to my rambling here. I promise we're going to get back to more fun stuff, and I can't wait to see how the latest trivia went with the guys. I have spoke to Eric, and I know they've already recorded that, and that it sounded like it was a pretty fun time for them. And I'm going to try to start not taking it so easy on them. I know they don't think I am already, but hey, what am I going to say? This old guy finds some of this stuff too damn easy. Y'all take care of yourselves. Hit like, hit subscribe, and we will talk to you later.
Yeah, ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right, I swear to God that I could drop you, bro. Yeah, I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable.